Another one of these hidden tools. This one is called the compress/expand tool, depending on if we're moving inward or outward. And the application is more or less the same. Let's say we are looking at a region that is a perfect integer. What do I mean when I say that? Well, you see this first region at the top here, right? You can see that it begins at bar 1 and then it is not necessarily ending on bar 4. And so that is kind of confusing because when I click and hold on the region, you can see its length is disproportionate. And so if we tried to loop this or we'd really tried to do anything, things would probably be off kilter. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to resize this so it's right where it needs to be. So this is a perfect 8-bar loop. All right, so that has been checked off. When I hover over the bottom right or left of a region, we know that we access the resize tool. If we hit the keyboard modifier option, we can now access this amazing feature. Something that should be made clear before I actually show you an example is that this is not necessarily going to work on Apple loops. I just want to be clear about that. And the reason this is because if you look at the region inspector, you can see that we already have this embedded into its very system. And so there's no need to compress or expand because this is going to do the compression or expansion for you. In the example below here on track number 2, I just bounced this out to audio. And so now I have the ability to use the compression expansion tool. And if I hold option, I can drag this in and play it at half its time. Again, you can also expand it so that it's playing in double time as well. This is not necessarily the only reason or way you should use it. Let's say these were vocal tracks, and at the end of this specific phrase, I wanted the singer's word to carry out a little bit longer. Then this would be a perfect application to take the word, let's pretend the word is hey, and then hold option and use the expansion tool to drag this word out just a hair. And so now we are getting the kind of phrasing that we want for this track. All right, play with this tool, preferably with third-party samples, but if you're going to use some of those Apple loops, go ahead and bounce them to audio. How do you do that? You click on the track, the region itself, hit Control B, and that will get you there. All right, team, go ahead and take care of that, and I will see you on the next video.